If you have surplus, you have a partner that is out there that can help you today.
It's amazing.
You've got 3 trays of lasagna and a bag of lettuce. We will help you find a home for that. And it's so valuable not just to feed your neighbors, but you're taking it out of the landfill.
Today on the Prosper Brief, we welcome Kimberly Smith, the visionary CEO of Copia. As a leader in reducing food waste and driving community impact, Kimberly transforms surplus into solutions. Tune in for her inspiring journey of innovation, purpose, and the power of technology in creating lasting change.
Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Prosper Brief.
Thank you, Justy. I'm so happy to be here.
Good. I would love for you to introduce yourself
Sure.
and tell us your story.
Sure. Well, which story?
So many. Yeah.
My name is Kimberly Smith. I have the privilege of being the CEO of Copia, and we are a profit for purpose organization, and we help businesses reduce and prevent their food waste.
Okay.
Inevitably,
Yes.
everyone has waste.
Yep.
It's not intentional, but you have to be prepared for it.
Yes.
So when you do, what do you do with it? We ensure that every single surplus food donation finds the right home with communities in the neighborhoods that you operate in.
Incredible.
And we're proud partners with a number of organizations that are here and proud to be representing and appreciate the invite to the podcast.
Yes. Good. We're so grateful to have you on
Thank
here.
you.
I'd love to know, how do you do this?
Oh, goodness.
How
Well, that's
does-
proprietary.
I know. I'm not sure if that is too deep, but you can give us as much as you'd like.
Sure. So I'm pretty confident that if you ask anyone in this room or anyone in your life in general, they've probably thought about food waste. They've
Yes.
recognized that it happens, right?
Yes.
And there are a lot of
Absolutely.
incredible organizations that are out there really trying to combat this problem. No one has quite figured out yet, until we have, that
Okay.
technology can actually make this an easier, more efficient process. So that's what we've done. If
Okay.
we want to scale our impact, if we truly want to ensure that every donation finds the right home, because that's important too. You don't want donation dumping.
Right. It seems so large, right? It seems so hard to
Yeah.
accomplish.
And we solve it very simply through our matching algorithm. We understand what the demands are from our nonprofit partners.
Okay.
Those nonprofit partners are anyone from a after-school program, a women's abuse shelter, veterans
Amazing.
community centers, homeless shelter. I mean, you name it.
Right.
You raise your hand and say you're hungry. If we have a business, a commercial business that has surplus that meets those needs, we will ensure it gets to you.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I know I wanted to ask you about a recent win or success story.
Oh, yeah.
Would love for you to share what.
Okay.
what
Yeah,
is
gosh. I
appropriate
mean,
at this time.
Sure. Well, we're actually just coming off of a lot of excitement because I don't think I told you this, but the DNC, which was just in Chicago this last week,
Okay.
asked us to step in and be able to support their massive food surplus donation program.
Wow.
So on premise, off premise, they had a lot of events going on, a lot of great chefs and catering companies. But logistically, coordinating something to that magnitude required
Yes.
a lot of support. And so they called us in. We were honored to help, and we made sure that it all happened. We're excited to be able to announce the total impact here in the next few days. So that was
Okay.
exciting.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Incredible.
So thanks.
And I believe you work with Cheesecake,
We
correct?
work with the Cheesecake
Yes,
Factory.
You
I have
tell us more about that.
Sure,
I
I-
know you will, but you
Yeah.
got to give it to everybody.
Sure. Well, I have the
Not just
privilege
attendees.
today, thanks to you guys, to highlight the impact that they're doing.
Yes, you're
We
going to be on
work-
stage very soon, right?
That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
Good.
You're priming me. We're
Okay,
getting ready.
there we go.
So we
Get the jitters out.
That's right. I'm shaking here. You're making me really nervous. We support the Cheesecake Factory. They're a values-based company. They're committed to serving the communities that they operate and employ in, and they've done an incredible job really taking a stand and ensuring that this is a priority for their company, and they're getting recognized for it. So I'm excited to help share that story today
Yeah.
on stage with everyone.
So how did you guys get connected? How did you and Cheesecake Factory, Copia come together?
You know, they are, they've been thinking about donations and actually inadvertently, like in their local properties, been doing this for a very long time.
Okay.
I think they came to the realization that in order to scale this successfully, in order to be able to create operational efficiencies, because they're a national organization,
Yes.
right? We work with the Cheesecake Factory brand, Grand Lux, North Italia, and Flower Child.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a singular location.
Amazing.
We're working with all of them, and there's a lot of
All are in
coordinating.
Arizona. I'm familiar
That's
with
right.
most.
That's right.
So good.
So a little shout out. So they realized that they needed operational consistencies. They needed efficiencies.
Okay.
Fun fact, everyone asks or everyone assumes immediately that, oh, you're working with a Cheesecake Factory. Of course. They have so much surplus. They are I will go on record. They are one of the most efficiently run kitchens ever. They're behind. I know they plate a lot, which is what the consumers
we were
want.
just talking
But
about
that's what we think about. No, they're a well-oiled machine, and they needed not only the operations, they needed to ensure that every donation found a home. And I hope it's okay that I'm speaking on their behalf. But some of the feedback that they shared was in some of their previous programs, they had a wonderful partner that was helping in a marketplace capacity, but 20% of their donations weren't being fulfilled. Okay. So their employees would prepare a donation at the end of the shift, and the next morning they would see it out. Oh. And from a morale standpoint, that really wasn't resonating well.
Yes,
I mean, it was doing the opposite of what it was supposed to be doing.
You're doing work that's not being...
So they needed a partner to ensure that it would get there. And then they get all the reporting. So they're reporting and they're celebrating their environmental and social impact.
Okay.
There's the financial return with the tax incentives. And then if you operate a business in California and you meet certain requirements, there's legislation that's requiring your surplus. Now, they've been doing it long before there was ever any legislation, but that reporting was really helpful for them to be able to stay on top of this and prove that compliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They're amazing. They're such a wonderful group.
Yes.
We're honored to be part of their entire program.
Good.
Yeah.
And how are you liking Prosper so far?
Oh, how are you liking Prosper? Look at the smile. I mean, you already know the answer to this, but for the sake of everyone else that's listening, we had such a wonderful time last year. It was such a breath of fresh air to be able to come into a room where we were all together, right?
Yes.
I mean, truly united. The guard was down. We were talking about the real problems of leadership in organizations, not just talking about competing and menu changes and all the things that you have to deal with on the daily basis, but taking a breath together.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really wonderful. So we are proud to come back a second year. We've got a bigger presence here now, and we hope that you'll continue to include us in the years ahead.
Absolutely. I mean,
how are
you're
you
be on
doing?
Stage,
yeah,
so.
that's true. That's true.
That's just the beginning for you, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yes, I'm doing great. This is my first official year.
Okay.
So last year I came, supported my dad, but had a baby with me. So I'm like loving every minute.
Now, is your baby here or back home?
Baby and all 4 babies are back home.
So why aren't you at the pool right now?
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to ask my dad.
Yeah. Hey, David, where are you?
I don't think
we
that'll
need a
get
pool
approved.
break.
Yeah, so it's just been amazing. I think right now my highlight is the Cupid Shuffle.
Oh,
the
best.
Did you partake?
The best.
I mean, I had to come out to the lobby a little earlier, and I'm like, I wanted to literally pull everybody in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Especially as it first began, I'm like, oh, this will just be like a corny little thing, you know? And the whole room.
Your father was on stage. It was an absolute, it got everyone out and moving and engaging with each other. And she definitely delivered her message.
Oh my.
Which is diversity, right? Is an invitation to the party. Inclusion is getting asked to dance.
Yes.
So we all danced.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Now, did you know the Cupid Shuffle before?
I've been known to hit a few country bars in my life, so it wasn't too unfamiliar.
Okay.
Counting 4 to the right, counting 4 to the left, I think I could figure that one out.
Very
Thank
good.
God.
Yeah, I wish I had my line dancing better, but I got the Cupid Shuffle.
You got it down. You got it down. Tonight, we'll see how everyone's busting it out.
Yeah. Now, tell me about your accelerator.
Oh, Miss Paige Sullivan Lowe.
Is she around here still? Nope.
She
snuck off.
Yeah, she did. She probably got pulled somewhere.
Now
She's
we're fangirling over her.
I know.
So
it's very easy to do, and we're not the first ones. So Paige has been with our organization for about 4 years.
Okay.
And she has grown within the organization. Paige is now the Vice President of Customer Success for Copia, which is not just customers in the sense of our donating business partners, but she also runs the heart of Copia, which is the team that supports our nonprofit partners.
Okay.
She has an incredible holistic approach on how to service both, because some of our core tenets are our core values. We have 3, actually. Servant leadership is one of them.
Yep.
And I can't think of someone more apt to describe when you look that up than Paige Lowe.
Yes.
So we're honored that she could be here, and Cheesecake Factory is one of her great partners, amongst others. And so we're having a really good time.
Good. Now, has she been part of the accelerator program for how long?
This is her first year.
First year.
Yeah.
Okay. And did she make it to the NRA? Or
No.
this will be her first kind of event?
This is the first one here. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
been
good.
great.
So she's got a lot more to come.
Oh, so much to come. And I'm like following her around going, can I take your bags? What can I do here? Like, I'm sorry, she has to move on. It's like
she's
the
busy.
celebrity here. I'm like, I got to keep you on schedule. You've got
I love to hear that. Actually,
great.
another partner of ours, Data Delivers, he's like, he's my accelerator is pulling me around, introducing me to everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's fantastic.
It's such
the
a great
community's
program.
working, and
It is. You guys, just another wonderful aspect of this organization is really understanding the next set of leaders. And the leaders that are here embrace this.
Yes.
They truly, genuinely are looking for giving back to the next generation. And it's inspiring. It's really wonderful.
It is. Especially I'm in that mode of my life. As you know, I have 4 kids. So it's like heads down survival. And it's just so amazing to step out and see everyone, cross-generational, trying to help each other, bring each other up. It's just incredible.
It really is. That 4, by the way, I forgot that there was 4. You definitely need a margarita by the pool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. But yes, so what should we say next?
Well, you know what? I want to give a shout out to No Kid Hungry. No Kid.
Yes.
Excuse me. No
I
Kid
was
That's
going to
Hungry.
ask you.
Elliot, I had the pleasure of meeting Elliot. I had to pull him aside backstage. He spoke so eloquently yesterday to all the accelerators, or 2 days ago. Well, goodness, time's flying. Yesterday. And then immediately went into the opening keynote. What a delight. He was such an inspiration. And the organization as a whole is doing such incredible work, not just monetarily, like bringing and rallying the support, right, for producing the foods, but the education that they're doing. Because at the end of the day, how can we expect children to learn? How can we expect them to show up when they're really at school, when they're wondering when their next meal comes from?
Right.
And that is a question that expands well beyond just our children, right? If we ask people, we talk about a better table, which is an incredible mantra here for the event. How can you build a better table if people aren't eating?
Right.
So what they're doing with the children is incredible, and I'm so honored to just be in their presence here and see how I can support. So I give them a lot of kudos.
I know. I was curious, is there a relationship that could ever take place, or how do you work with your nonprofits?
Sure. So we're a little different than this organization because there's a lot of ways to solve hunger, because it's a very big problem. And it's not just about education, and it's not just about producing net new food. We produce in America 3 times more food than there are mouths to feed. The food is there. It's there.
Right.
The foundation can be laid.
Yeah.
We don't need to be spending billions of dollars to produce net new food.
Right.
It's here. It's in this room.
Right.
So the way that in which we come to tackle this problem is, how do we lay that foundation? How do we take what exists and bring it to those that raise their hand in need?
Right.
So that's what we're doing. And of course, like as a mother myself, and I don't think it just is exclusive to mothers or fathers. I mean, children in general. Like, I think people recognize the need to be able to support our youth, and and so I love what they're doing. If there's a way for us to collaborate, I'll tell you now. I'm in. Call me. Call me. I would love it. But we're excited to see how we can support. They're doing wonderful, wonderful work. So congratulations on getting them involved.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think they've been. I've had a long-standing relationship with my dad, and it's been amazing to watch them here and have all these other organizations get involved.
Yeah.
So now, have you ever worked in a restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How many? Let me count.
Yeah,
how many
do
there are.
tell.
Oh, yeah. I've run the gamut. I have not been back of house.
Okay.
Although I've eaten a lot of employee meals back of house. I've been a hostess, a waitress, a bartender.
Okay.
I paved my way through college at restaurants.
There you go.
So it has been part of the beginning of my career. And you know what? I think there are 2 qualities when you look for when you're hiring someone.
Okay.
Or two past experiences. Let me rephrase that. that are always good indicators of the person that you're hiring. One, were they an athlete?
Yeah. Okay.
There is the camaraderie, the team, the team
Yep.
component,
Mean
the
coach.
competitiveness. Yeah. Dealing with a jerk coach.
Not getting playing time.
Right,
that
right,
adversity.
Right. Taking accountability, but giving credit.
Okay.
Playing. And working in the hospitality industry.
Okay.
Because if you know how to relate to people and you can deal with all of the various nuanced
Right.
personalities
Same
and
idea.
situations, I think you're going to. So anybody out there, all you children that are listening to
Yes.
this podcast, get on a team or go work in a restaurant. And I tell you what, we'll come hire you.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm actually glad you said that because I'm incredibly competitive, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure my kids are.
Oh,
so I'm
isn't
like,
that
what am I going to
fascinating?
do if they don't want to do sports? Like they need that,
Yes.
adversity. They need those challenges. So
Oh, they'll find
you
their
just solved
ways.
it for me.
So, okay,
If
there
no
it is.
sports, then, either music or in the hospitality industry.
What sport did you play?
I played soccer, basketball, and ran track.
Okay.
Yeah. What
Are you
about
still active now?
I am.
Good.
Oh, yes. Well,
Good.
we touched on this. You're a climber yourself, or
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I've
yeah.
climbed a mountain before.
I've walked very slowly up a few mountains. Yes.
Yeah, one step in front of the other.
That's
That's
right.
all it takes.
Pole,
So
pole, slowly.
Kilimanjaro, correct?
Yeah. Very
Yes.
good.
And how was that experience?
Oh, I mean, every single opportunity that I get to get on a mountain, I've dragged my husband to a few.
Good.
You have a moment of introspection where you realize that your body is capable of so much more.
yeah.
And it's really incredible, the survival skills. I mean, we were talking about motherhood not too long ago. Talk about survival skills. It's wonderful to just be in nature and just completely detach from all the noise.
Yeah.
And it brings you back to your roots. And so whenever I get the opportunity, which isn't very often these days, I certainly will jump at it.
Yeah. So any other mountains that you've climbed that you should share?
Okay, well, let's see. Whitney, which is
Hey,
the
that's
tallest in the continental
yep.
U.S.
Thank you.
Up and back in a day. Have you done
Okay.
Whitney?
Have
I'll
not.
get you out there.
But I heard it's taller than Mount Rainier, right?
It
Or-
is. It
yes.
is.
So I'm
Yes.
like, wait, what?
Just by a little bit, though. Yeah, I know. And you've climbed
like,
Mount
excuse me.
Rainier. I know. Sorry, you didn't get it, girl. You got to go to Mount Whitney.
Now I gotta go.
Let's see. I've done Machu Picchu.
Very good.
We did. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank on Mount in Bali. I'm drawing a blank. And then, of course, Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
I've got one more on my list.
What is it?
So I have the great privilege of serving on a board for a nonprofit organization
Okay.
that is called Sansar Maya.
Okay.
And they are the organization is based in Nepal.
Oh.
So I know you probably know where I'm going with
I
this.
think I do.
Yeah.
I think you told me when we first met.
So we have, real quick, to give kudos to the organization.
Yes.
It is an after-school program for children, education, getting basic needs met, and then also women's literacy program, because we
Yes.
were finding that in these villages, the mothers were going to the market and getting beat because they couldn't count their own change.
Oh.
They didn't know how to sign a contract. They didn't know what was happening. And so women's literacy was so fundamental to the success of the entire village.
Yes.
So this organization, Sansar Maya, has been doing a remarkable job there. And being that Nepal is a home to, do you know Mount Everest?
Yes.
Yep, Mount
Wow.
Everest.
You
So
wanted to do base camp.
yeah,
right?
we're going to do base camp.
Not all the way.
I mean, if my husband would let me, I don't know what ego I have in the back of my head that thinks
Do
that I
Rainier
could do
first,
it.
maybe. Okay, but I actually
base
had
camp.
the same thought. I'm
Do
like,
you?
when I watch the Everest documentaries, I'm like, I think I could do it. And I don't know, like, it's
Well, that's what we need in this life.
dreamers,
So-
right?
That's right. That's right. Come on with me. We'll do it together.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll bring everyone along in our podcast.
Yes, well, and I would love to do base camp because I've
Okay.
just heard incredible things.
Okay.
Beautiful, the people.
The people
So
are everything.
when is it on the list to accomplish?
Oh goodness, now you're putting me on the spot. We'll see. I by the end of 2025, ideally.
Wow.
I've just got to get out of my office.
I
That's
know.
the biggest problem these
Because you work
days.
from home, right?
I do.
As do I.
And do you have
it's
your own
hard
space?
I have a stair stepper in the garage.
I have one of those little cycles that I put underneath my desk.
Yes.
And people look at me while I'm on a meeting. I'm like huffing. I'm like, that's a great idea. I totally think we should do that. Hold on. They're like Kimberly.
Like, okay, what
Time
are we
and
doing?
place.
I know
Time
I
and place.
really wanted to do the walking one, but I can barely stand up and type. So
Okay.
I'm like, we'll just try the elevated desk first before
Okay.
we switch it up.
Oh, good for you. You know what I heard the big rave is now? I know we're on a complete tangent. The squats whenever you hear mom squat.
I saw that.
Mom.
That is
So good.
hysterical. I actually have a girlfriend that I swear did this. I'm like, how did you get your body back post twins? She's like, I mean, I just did squats all the time around the house. I'm like, okay.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's not
The
my
secret.
style yet, but we might add it.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else you wanted to add about Copia or share with our listeners? And before we let you go.
Sure. Well, if you're giving me the opportunity, I'd love to be able to share that it's a very simple process.
Okay.
Because you
simple.
don't have to be the Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
You don't have to be a large organization that has established the values or has the budget. If you have surplus, you have a partner that is out there that can help you today.
It's amazing.
You've got 3 trays of lasagna and a bag of lettuce. We
Yep.
will help you find a home for that. And it's so valuable not just to feed your neighbors, but you're taking it out of the landfill.
Right.
And that's a whole nother topic that we
know.
don't need to get into.
I was gonna
but
say, do you do
do
house calls?
Yeah.
Because I may be able to contribute.
Are you a big Costco?
I am.
You must be with 4.
Yes. So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, we went on vacation and I felt so bad. So luckily we had some of our help. I'm like, please take all the food.
Yeah.
Because yes, you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
So, and my husband calls me the queen of outsourcing.
Okay.
So I'm like,
well,
I feel
you have
like
to.
this is right up my alley of
Okay.
like, make it simple.
It's
and
our
you do
job.
that.
It's not your job.
I
Let
love
us do
that.
it. It's already hard enough as it is. We can happily take care of that on your behalf. And then we'll help you celebrate.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
Justine. This is such a wonderful event. You've done an incredible job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope Kimberly Smith's journey and insights have inspired you to think differently about innovation and purpose in our industry. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay connected for more stories from leaders shaping the future of hospitality and food service. We'll see you next time here on The Prosper Brief.